All right, what's up? You doing good? Now I'm gonna say a sport, and I want you to respond with your favorite team, either in the collegiate level or the professional level that plays that sport. So, for example, if I say baseball, you might say the Boston Red Sox, or I think you should say the Boston Red Sox. Now, here's the thing. I just need to give you this opportunity. If I say baseball, and one of the people around you says like the Denver Broncos or the Denver Nuggets or something like that, go ahead and unfriend them in life and on Facebook. All right? That is ridiculous. Now, let's start with the sport. I just said baseball. Who's your favorite baseball team? Who is your favorite baseball team? Who? I heard somebody say Yankees. That is ridiculous. Now, what about hoops? Who's your favorite basketball team? Your basketball team. Of course, I love the Oklahoma City Thunder. We love the Thunder here. Golden State Warriors, whatever. Now, this sport isn't particularly popular in the Midwest and Oklahoma, but go ahead for hockey. Who's your favorite hockey team? The Tulsa Oilers, baby. Love the Tulsa Oilers. I don't know if they're good or not. All right, what about football? Who's your favorite football? Okay. What about a new up-and-coming sport in the United States? Soccer. Manchester United, I don't know, Seattle. Okay, so I'm guessing, Ohio, yeah, go Rams. I'm guessing that the team you said for the sport, that I would bet that you were a fan of that team since they're your favorite team for that sport. Am I right? No, I really don't care about them. I just like them a lot. Okay. So, but here's the thing. Like when you were a little kid, maybe your parents told you that the most important thing about playing a sport was having fun. There's fans of these teams that would disagree with you. Like these crazy fans who think that the most important thing about this sport is winning, beating the other team, being better than the other team. This is what they want their team to do. They want their team to beat the competitor. Now, some fans go all out to support their team to win. I found a couple of these examples for the Minnesota Vikings. For instance, we have this guy. This guy looks like the Minnesota Vikings found a real-life Viking and brought him to the football games. Now, I don't know if the Kansas City Royals would have won the World Series if without this guy right here. That guy is going crazy. And then for soccer, I don't know what team a fan of this guy is. It's not the Royals. It's a soccer ball. That guy looks like he's the Pope of soccer. That's what I thought. He's the Pope of soccer. Now for basketball, I found a guy. This is actually a video. It's not a picture. It's a video of a guy who's a fan of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Maybe you've seen this video before. He was pumped that Kevin Garnett is back. Check out this video real quick.
All right, fans, hey, we're going to keep this energy going. It is time for you to show us your moves. Let's see your dance moves. What do you got? Wait a second, can we go back? Wait a second, can we go back there? Come on! Okay.
Let's do it, baby, let's do it!
Somebody else, there you go, show us your moves, let's see what you got. Let's give it one more try. Oh yeah!
Timberwolves, but he also loves Kevin Garnett, and he wants the Timberwolves to win that game. He wants the Timberwolves to beat the other team, and beating the other team, winning in a sport, it's fine. It's like the point of the game, winning. But as a Jesus follower and trying to live your life in a way that all you want to do is beat other people, that's not fine. Tonight we're talking about the topic, serve Jesus. We've been going through our mission statement as a church to know, love, serve, and share Jesus. Now we're talking about serving Jesus. And there's a lot of ways to serve Jesus, but one of the biggest ways to serve Jesus is by serving other people. And so I want you to hear this statement tonight. Let me share this statement with you. I think your life will be better lived if it's focused on helping people rather than hurting people. If it's focused on helping people rather than hurting people. Now, there's a guy named Paul. He wrote a few letters in the New Testament. One of those letters is called Philippians. Paul wrote to a church in Philippians about this topic of loving people, helping people. If you have a Bible, turn to Philippians chapter 2, verses 5 through 8. But if you don't have a Bible, that's fine. I'm going to read it right here for you right now. Here we go. Philippians chapter 2, verses 5 through 8. In your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus, who, being in the very nature of God, did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness, and being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself by becoming obedient to death. And then Paul adds one last line, even death on a cross. I think that your life will be better lived if it's focused on helping people rather than hurting people. There's an ancient piece of artwork. It's called the Alexamenos Graffito. Throw that picture up there for me. The Alexamenos Graffito. Now this piece of artwork is found in the Palatine Hill in Rome. If you know stuff about Rome, you know that is the hill. The Palatine Hill is the hill that Rome was founded on. And this, as you can tell, maybe, this is not a fun picture. Like, this is not something that is good for Christianity. This picture is mocking Christianity. That picture, as you can tell, is mocking Jesus on the cross. Now, the inscription underneath it is in Latin. It reads, Alexander worships his God. The Roman Empire, with this depiction, is mocking Jesus, Alexander, and essentially you as well. Why? Well, because Alexander and us, we worship a God of service. You see, in Rome, the Romans, they didn't worship the God of service. They worshiped a multitude of gods. We call it the Pantheon. Everybody say Pantheon. Pantheon. Now, the Pantheon had gods of destruction, gods of terror, gods that helped the Romans overcome, beat their enemies, beat barbarians in Germany. They worshiped these gods because these gods helped them overcome other people, be better than other people. But they didn't worship the God of service. Because Rome wanted to be the greatest empire in the history of the world. I mean, in the eyes of many scholars, many historians, Rome was the greatest empire in the history of the world. But I don't know if you know this or not, but Rome's been conquered. Rome's been sacked. And they're not the greatest empire in the history of the world anymore. But that small new religion that was birthed in the Roman Empire, Christianity, now has 2.2 billion Jesus followers around the globe. They wanted to be great, so they worshiped gods of destruction and terror. The Christians, like Alexander, wanted to serve, so they worshiped King Jesus, and they grew to 2.2 billion Jesus followers. I made this statement already, but let me make it again. Your life will be better lived if it's focused on helping people rather than hurting people. But I know that a lot of you have not lived a life of help over hurt. Because society does not tell us to help people. Society tells us to be the best that we can be. Society tells us to be better than other people. In our sports, in our grades, in our jobs. Society tells us to win. Jesus tells us to serve. He wants us to help other people instead of helping other people. Let me read to you one more time from Philippians chapter 2, verse 5. Before I do that, look around at the people you're sitting next to. I know some of them might be goofy, some of them are really goofy looking, all right? I get it. But look at them. Paul writes to the church in Philippi, and what he writes to the church in Philippi applies to us here at First Church. Paul says, in your relationships with one another, in the relationships you have with the people sitting next to you, have the same mindset as Jesus. And I don't know if you've caught it yet or not, but Jesus had the mindset of a servant. Jesus wanted to help people rather than hurt people. Everybody put up your right thumb right now. Your right thumb, get it in the air. Some of you are holding up your left thumb, your other right. Now, put your right thumb on the metal legs of the chair that you are sitting in. There you go. Now take it off. Now, a forensic scientist could walk into this room after we leave tonight, and they could tell you which person sat in which chair. Why? Oh, you said, oh, did you commit a crime? You do something bad? Oh, good grief. Okay, I thought you committed a murder or something. All right, we're good. Now, the forensic scientist can come in here and tell you which person sat in which chair. Why? Because you left your mark. You left your mark on that chair, and you are identified by your mark. Now, I think that in every social interaction you have with another person, you leave a mark. I think you can either leave a mark of helping or a mark of hurting. Let me give you a few examples of what I mean. Say tomorrow you're in school, you're in class. Maybe it's your English class, maybe it's your math class. Picture that in your mind. And there's some girls in that class who start making fun of another girl in that class. And they're talking softly, but really everybody in the room can hear them, right? Now you have two options in this situation. The first option is to listen to what the girls are saying and laugh along. Now, I don't know why you laugh along. Maybe you actually think it's funny, or maybe you just want to be part of the cool group. But I do know this, that when you laugh along, that girl is hurt, and you've left a mark of hurt on her life. The second option will be to hear what those girls are saying about the other girl. Maybe you tell them to stop, or maybe you go over to the girl and say, hey, you're not ugly, you're beautiful. You're not weird, you're important to me, and you're not hated. You're loved, even by me. That would help this girl a lot. Let me make this statement again one more time so you catch it. Your life will be better lived if it's focused on helping people rather than hurting people. Let me give you another example. Say Saturday. Your family, no, don't literally say Saturday, you have people coming over to your house. Your family has guests coming over to your house. Now, whose house is a wreck right now? Like, whose house is a mess? Anybody's house? Yeah. Okay, so I bet your parents, as a couple moms back there going, it's us right here. Now, a couple, I don't know about you, but I would guess that your parents are like my parents, and that they wanted their house clean when company comes over. And so it's Saturday morning, people are coming over Saturday afternoon, and your mom and your dad are in a frantic, panicking, trying to clean up, throwing stuff in closets, dusting the blinds. And you know it would help them out a lot? If you picked up a Swiffer and you started dusting the blinds or mopping the floor. But instead, maybe you have two options here. Maybe the first option is for you to go to your room or go to the game room, pick up the TV remote and start watching Netflix. Exactly, you guys just, oh man, I love Netflix. I like the series Lost, the TV series Lost, but that's besides the point. So, that option, maybe you might be a bad cleaner, but I know this, that option would not help your parents, it might hurt your parents' feelings. And in that situation, you would have left a mark of hurt. Here's the second option. Instead of going to your room, picking up the TV remote and watching Netflix, you can put down the remote and go help your parents. Let me make this statement to you right now. If the King of the universe can put down his crown and pick up a cross, then you can put down the remote and pick up a Swiffer. You can serve your parents. And I know that would help your parents out a lot, and you would leave a mark of help. Are you catching what I'm saying so far? In every interaction you have with people, you can either help people, hurt people, or help people. Let me give you one more example. On a Wednesday night, maybe tonight, a student from your school walks into this room. And I don't know if you noticed, we have about 250 people in our student ministry, and we occupy a relatively small space for that amount of people. And so when a new person walks in here, it's no wonder that they're overwhelmed by the amount of people and the loud music and the game. And when you see that new student from your school walk in, you have two options. The first option, ignore them. Keep playing Gaga Ball. Keep playing Nine Square. Keep hanging out with your friends eating dinner. Let me just tell you though, if you walked in here, nobody talked to you, you'd be hurt by that. I know I would. The second option is to say, hey pal, do you want to play Gaga Ball with us? Do you want to play nine squares? Hey, let me buy you some Chick-fil-A and you come eat with us right now. I guarantee that would help that student out, that they would feel loved. Let me make this statement to you one more time. Your life will be better lived if it's focused on helping people rather than hurting people. Leave a mark of help. First Church student, I want to serve Jesus. And one of the best ways I can serve Jesus is by serving other people. So I want us as a group to be people who focus on helping other people instead of hurting other people. Let me pray for you guys now. God, we love you. We're excited about what you allow us to do. We're excited about being able to change the world by serving people. God, I'm excited about history and that you used a small new religion called Christianity to make a difference. 2.2 billion people, Jesus, are now following you. Because the people that started this religion, they went and they served. They weren't focused on hurting people, being better than other people, beating other people. They were focused on serving you by serving other people. So Jesus, help us to do that. Help us to serve you by helping the people in our lives. There are 3 pieces of paper around the room. To my right, there's a piece of paper. Right behind you, there's a piece of paper. And over there, there's a piece of paper. There's a leader at each station, and they have an ink pad. And if you want to commit to serving Jesus tonight by serving other people, then I'm going to challenge you, when I say go, to get up and go to one of those stations. This station over here represents serving people at your school. The station right behind you represents serving your family. And the station over there represents serving the church. Now, at every station there'll be an ink pad, and you're going to put your thumb on that and mark the paper saying, I want to serve. I want to help other people. But that's not all you're going to do. There's also a bowl near that paper, and in that bowl are challenge cards. Every challenge is designed to help you serve the people at your school and your family or at the church. And if you go over and you put your mark on that piece of paper, you're committing to picking up a piece of paper. And if you pick up that paper, you're committing to doing whatever it says. Some of those challenges are hard. Some of those challenges are really hard. So if you commit, if you put your thumbprint saying, I want to make a mark of help, then you're going to pick up that paper and you're going to do whatever it says. You can go to all 3 stations tonight. You don't have to go to any stations tonight. It is your choice. But let me remind you of what I said already 5 times tonight. Your life will be better lived if you focus on helping people rather than hurting people. So if you want to, go ahead and make a commitment to serving Jesus by serving someone in your school.